Hello, my name is Prime and welcome back to ATS Showcases, and today I'm going to be taking on the longest special transport delivery, both in terms of cargo and the route lengths here in American Truck Simulator. This is a monstrous delivery. We're going to do it all in one episode and we're going to see how it goes. So we're here in Pueblo and we're going to head all the way over to Marysville over in Kansas. This is a massive delivery. Fun fact. This delivery actually allows us to refuel and also rest as well. And funny enough, the game automatically puts in a rest point down just past Colby. At least for me, it may depend on how much fuel tank capacity you have on your truck in the rest hours you have remaining or so on. But around Colby, kind of the halfway point, to be honest, between Marysville and Pueblo, we're going to have a rest point, and it's automatically programmed in because I can't actually add and change the route because it is a special transport. So we've got a lot of time to talk about stuff. Massive delivery. I've already hauled one of these wind turbine blades actually before it was even confirmed in the 1.49 open beta, my first look video there. So you can check that out if you want, and I happen to drive a Kenworth W900 there as well. But this Kenworth is very special because it is powered by a C15 Cat from the Steam Workshop by Slav Jerry, a fantastic straight pipe engine sound mod, and I'm going to get it started up so you can hear it. Beautiful stuff if you ask me. Let's go ahead and get rolling because we've got a lot of time on the road here, friends. Roughly 14 hours in-game time. One of the longest deliveries I've done, well, to be honest, ever here on the channel, and definitely the longest I've ever done in a single video as far as I can recall. Hopefully everyone's doing well, enjoying American Truck Simulator or whatever other game you may be playing right now. Also comment down below, what kind of other simulation games or just games in general are you really interested in right now? Kind of what is your holiday season gaming grind, if you may say so. We got to remember, oh, come on, gate, stay open here. I get heavy haul. Hello. We've got a massive wind turbine blade. We're actually joined today by two looks like, well, the F-150 equivalent escort vehicles today, which is kind of interesting. Not the cop cars. They'll be probably blocking intersections as we continue along. Had to do a Kenworth W900 here today. I was honestly thinking about doing the International 9900i. However, decided, you know what? Let's do the good old Kenworth W900 because I found this engine mod on the Steam Workshop, and I figured I cannot just ignore it, and we're going to make sure we don't hit anything with the back of the wind turbine because this is an articulating trailer, I guess you would class it as, or at least steerable on the rear axle. So it does spin around, helps with the corners considering the length of this wind turbine blade, which is, I believe, roughly 150 feet. Let's see if it says it on the menu here. 130 feet. Okay, I was a little overestimating there. Still very, very long cargo today. We're going to see how this delivery goes. I already have a little bit of experience with this blade, however, not with this massive delivery. I've never done this route, and, well, we're going to see how it goes today. Take the nice wide turn. Make sure we have plenty of room. We're going to go back and forth between interior and exterior today. That way we can get some views around this area. It's going to be nice to go into Kansas from another state. Honestly, really haven't done much of that. I don't even know if I've recorded a video. I can't even recall now if I've actually recorded a video with me going into Kansas from another state, or if it's just been all within Kansas. But I've definitely done one or two deliveries, potentially off camera. I know I have done it before, but this may be one of the first ones on camera, but definitely this one because we're coming from here in Colorado. Gonna be really nice to go into Kansas and kind of see how things go here. And yeah, I guess we have to kind of go up around I guess Denver and so on, if I remember correctly. Let's actually just make sure. Yeah, we got to go up around Denver and then cut across and make our way to the east. So definitely a good delivery ahead of us here, and we'll see what we can get chatting about because there's a lot of stuff I think I'm gonna fill you in on because there's been a lot of things happening around the channel. So stick around here on the for the video here because we're gonna just kind of go through things a little bit more slowly today, and something that probably a lot of you have wanted me to do for quite some time. Kind of simmer down with the commentary a little bit and let's just have a good old chat. So we're gonna do that well, starting now. It's the holiday season. It's that kind of busy time of year, and well, I'm definitely very busy. So I'm going to fill you in a little bit about what you can expect to see of me around here on the channel over the next, or the coming few weeks, at least as of recording this video. So first of all, you may, for those who will at least have American Truck Simulator or have been keeping up with the current events, you will know that there are technically 2 community events happening right now. That being the Cruising Kansas DLC community event, and also the winter event, or the Christmas event for this year, which is very unique, by the way. I unfortunately did not do a Prime News on it because I was very busy, and I'll touch on that a little bit later in the episode. But it is a fantastic community event indeed. I've done 1 test delivery to see what it's like. Very unique because there is a separate, well, basically world that you go into when you go through the portals. So there's different portals that are around the map. As far as I know, you basically park, go through, and then you go ahead and continue on, and you're in the Winter Wonderland, which is the community event name. So it's very, very cool. Some specialty depots that you have to deliver to and so on. So when you're doing your the community goals, total deliveries and presents and so on, and then there's the different depots that you can deliver to and from, which is very neat indeed. So it's a very, well, different and, as I mentioned already, unique event, which is very, very neat. Just overall, I mean, you can kind of tell, just unique, neat, and a bunch of other descriptive words basically saying it's cool. It's definitely one to check out if you haven't already. And so in terms of me doing that Christmas event, well, just keep an eye out. The Christmas special for here on American Truck Simulator, and I'm planning ATS2 as well, will be coming, well, around Christmas itself. Why wouldn't it? So keep an eye out here around the channel for those videos to come, because don't worry, I'm not forgetting about the Christmas event. I would never, ever forget about a Christmas event, especially something that has true SES software snow in the Winter Wonderland. This could be a precursor to Seasons. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe starting some speculation. I don't know. Just the fact that they've done it in a map, even though it's a technically separate section, just saying, pretty cool considering we're starting to, well, we've moved northward already in American Truck Simulator map, in fact, all the way up to Washington State and so on. And, well, not to mention Montana. As we continue going across the eastern section of the U.S. Map here in ATS, we really needed to start getting some seasons in, because that's where you really start to see the difference in, well, geographical location. So it's going to be really neat to show that off in a video. That's something that, once again, will be coming very soon. Of course, the holiday season is busy for all of us. There's no lie about that one. I'm going to be very busy as well, because I've got a few extra things happening in my personal life that are affecting that. For anyone who's moved, you will know that it's a busy situation to move homes and so on, whether it's an apartment, a full standalone home, doesn't matter. I am moving over Christmas. Yes, put 2 of the busiest times of year pretty much together. That's what's happening. So in terms of content around here, it's going to be a little bit hit and miss into the new year. It should start all kind of springing up again, no pun intended. However, it's going to be very, very busy for me. So I've already got some episodes pre-recorded. I don't like to do it, but I have done some pre-recorded episodes on the racing side. We'll be doing some more. I may even do a delivery too in ATS as well as pre-recorded. But I'm going to phase those out over what most likely will be a few weeks of maybe not the most up-to-date content, as, well, I move. Other priorities, and obviously my setup is going to be all packed away. So I have no control on that, and that is perfectly fine. But it's just going to be very busy. So just expect, if there is any Prime News, which generally there isn't a ton around the Christmas and holiday time, because SE Software is taking a very respectful break. They have generally throughout the year, there's been a lot that they've done, and this year, 2023 has been a monumental year for American Truck Simulator, for ETS2. A bunch of content going out, especially on the ATS side, but even ETS2 was West Balkans DLC release, and a few trucks as well. And trailer packs, I shouldn't forget those. It's been a very, very busy year for them, so generally things start to slow down just a little bit over there, but Prime News is something that I can do in a little bit more of a I want to say, little makeshift setup as well. In fact, I've done it in the past. So it's not something, I don't even know if many of you actually noticed. I may have actually kind of spoiled my own party on that one, saying basically what happened, even though you may not have actually noticed what was going on. So that is, I'm going to see how, just on a little side tangent before I continue on, I want to see how fast I can go here without running into the export vehicle. Generally 40 to 45 is the speed limit, so I guess we'll kind of play it in here. Anyways, it's going to be very busy. I've got content planned, so don't worry about that, but don't be surprised if there's a bit of a break here on the channel. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I'm going to try and keep stuff spread out, but there probably won't be as much longer form content happening. As far as I know, the shorts should be still going up perfectly on time as per usual. I've got plenty of those. I'm still going through so much clips that I have from the past. I haven't even caught up yet. In fact, I've trailer damage. Is it just tire wear again? Potentially tire wear, because I definitely, I'm gonna stay on the road here, definitely have not hit anything, so I'm going to assume that was just tire wear and it's pinging me for it. A little strange. New damage model 1.49 brought in was the used truck dealers. I think there could be still some rough edges with the, I mean, I don't really need 1% trailer damage notification for tires. I assume that's what it was. I think it was that actually in one of my past episodes I've done where it got pinged and I checked, it was just tire damage, so we'll ignore that. So besides the point, there's content planning, or I'm planning content, there we go. You get what I mean. Mixed up the order there of saying it, but that's the whole goal. There's, oh, lane change maneuver coming up. Looks like we're going to be going a different direction, probably going to be exiting somewhere up here, but we'll just have to make sure we go over. So fling on the indicator. Front guy's going to go over. We can kind of start migrating ourselves over, and the rear escort vehicles go through, and you're all fine. I like to leave the blinker on a little bit longer than I probably should, just so then the game doesn't get mad at me. I have a PTSD with, well, having escort or special transport missions fail because the escort vehicles do something silly. Let's just say that. Anyways, let me finish my thought here with the whole content plan stuff. Yes, got stuff planned. It's going to be coming over the holiday season. Will it be more up to date? Probably not. Will there maybe be a week or so where it's only shorts? Probably. To be honest, you guys are kind of used to that already. Let's be fair, everyone around here who supports the channel, which by the way, thank you very much. It is truly incredible to see how the channel has grown, and I appreciate all the continued support. You will know that there have been gaps, and there will continue to be gaps, and I'm not going to just try and cram out content for the sake of it. I want you guys to enjoy it. I want everyone to enjoy it, no matter what no matter what happens with it, whether it's newer content, whether it's, you know, something that we've seen before. I want everyone to enjoy the videos that I put out. So, you know what? That may not be. It's just they're going really slow here. It's really quite annoying. I want my front runner to go, like, at least do the speed limit I have available. He's doing 35 right now. Highly annoying. Anyways, I want everyone to enjoy the videos I put out. Just bottom line. So I'm not going to fake it, and I'm also not going to just absolutely cram in videos in times where I just don't have the mental capacity to make it, well, as much as entertaining as I guess it can be, or at least make it as coherent. I will admit there's been plenty of episodes in the past, and even recently, in the past, I guess it's still the past, that I probably shouldn't have recorded the episode. The commentary was quite literally everywhere. It was simply not good. Watching it back and recording was absolute pain. However, I realized that it was important for me to put it out anyways, because there are growing pains, and I know a lot of you appreciate the content I do no matter what, which again, huge thank you for that. And it doesn't matter if, honestly, at this rate, if I put out content, which of course I am, the channel is growing at, in my eyes, an unbelievable rate. And I do appreciate all the support through the ups and downs of content creation as well, and just the good old YouTube algorithm at times as well. You're gonna go ahead and get over there. Lane change vehicle. Hello? Maybe? There we go. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Oh, these escort vehicles. I always get so scared in these lane change zones. So if I stop talking, that's why I'm just concentrating very, very hard. However, I do support, I really do appreciate the support no matter what. And yes, there's been up and downs through this journey. This is the way it is. And we're going to see how things continue to go into the new year. Things are looking very, very bright. I keep saying this, but now that, well, I'm moving, which has been, in all honesty, the main culprit behind me saying, you know, things are coming very, very soon, things should be fine, whatever. It's trying to be getting everything in a row for things to happen, and just kind of waiting on time. Simple as that. And the time is finally here, and it's just the matter of, well, a month or so, and then content should be just a breeze. Should be just a breeze. That's my hopeful thinking. Obviously, I very well know that there's always hiccups in the road with anything you do. Nothing can be just plain easy, because if it is so easy, then there is probably something wrong. And it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, but it's all fine. It's all fine. Good times coming ahead, and thank you guys so much for the support that has been shown across the channel over these last number of years of me doing this, and I really look forward to what has to come here on the channel, because things are looking very, very bright, very, very bright indeed. So as we make our way, I guess we're up around Denver now, or at least we should be. I think that was actually one of the main exits here at Denver, because I believe we're actually going eastward now, which is fantastic. I should have actually paid a little bit more attention to the sign. However, I decided not to. I was yabbering away, so that's good that we're making our way this way. And as we're going to talk about here about what's coming now for ATS, because we had some actually recent Prime news, believe it or not, on the Nebraska DLC upcoming here for American Truck Simulator. Wonderful DLC indeed, another Midwest state. Fantastic to have Nebraska on the roster coming to ATS, and as far as I am aware, it's coming next now that we have Kansas. Because of the Kansas DLC release, Nebraska is now taking a lot of the spotlight, and of course we have Arkansas confirmed as well down the pipeline. However, Nebraska, the focus of that blog post was the fields, the plains, and the rivers. So for those who, well, most likely know, but maybe don't know, Nebraska is very much like Kansas, more of seen as a plains type of landscape. Very much that's how it's been geologically formed. And, well, some would say it's pretty monotonous. Just grass fields, kind of very similar to this, to be honest. Short and long grass, just lots of agriculture, and that is true. That is what the state has a lot of, but it also has plenty of rivers, some pretty big rivers as well. Is it the Platte River, if I'm remembering correctly from when I did the Prime News? Trying to absorb and spit a lot of information in this episode, so I do apologize if I get some things crossed up. Just obviously feel free to comment down below. Let me know, enlighten me. I do appreciate all the corrections in my videos, all the constructive criticism at times as well, but mainly just clarifying things of what I say, because I am completely open to it and making sure that I'm not spreading false information. I'm always happy to learn, so if I can learn the correct things, that is fantastic. Anyways, I believe it's the Platte River, one of the major rivers in Nebraska itself. So that is a very, very neat kind of blog post. I know some people like it, some people may not like the more nature-based blog posts of an upcoming map DLC. Personally, I kind of like it. It gives a good kind of overview, at least talking about, I guess, the plains and stuff, just saying, oh, there's lots of farm fields, lots of corn, soybeans, and I believe they mentioned sorghum as well. You know, lots of that kind of stuff in the state, which we can kind of expect, to be honest. Just like Kansas, agriculture is pretty much the name of the game in Nebraska as well, which is something that, of course, I'm happy about to have as well, and it's another new state. Higher quality. Somehow SES Software keeps bringing that quality up and up. Somehow, just don't even know how, but they do, and I'm all for it. It's just another great state, and it's looking like it's going to be very unique. Obviously, it's quite early on in the blog post realm of an upcoming DLC. There's only been a few, if I recall correctly, so far on Nebraska, unless if you're watching this way down in the future where Nebraska's already out, then, well, there's a little bit more information available to you, but to me right now, when I'm recording the video, not a whole lot. So I'm obviously trying to learn a lot more about Nebraska as we go on here with various blog posts, and of course with you, the viewer, especially many of you who either live in Nebraska or in the various areas. I mentioned Nebraska specifically, but it's been for the plenty of DLCs in the past year around the channel, and of course many to come, I'm sure. The amazing community, amazing primetimer community, and best community ever. Come on, jam on the brakes there. Much escort vehicle. Thank you very much there, AI. Not like I've got, oh, I don't know, a massive wind turbine blade. Oh, this is kind of cool shot. Not like I got a massive turbine blade, you know, on the back of the truck or anything. I mean, I know they're heavy, okay? Like, what's actually the weight on it here? Well, 12,000. Okay, it's maybe not the worst thing ever, but it's still a, you know, it's no feather. Well, of course, there's heavier deliveries in the game, but this is more of a technical delivery. Well, if you're actually doing corners and not just doing a massive long haul. The thing about this delivery is more about the time and just how long the haul is, and I do appreciate that. We'll kind of move away to the Nebraska DLC because, well, you know, let's just summarize it real quick. Lots of stuff coming for Nebraska. We'll learn more very soon. I'm happy to learn about it. What we know right now basically is that there's plenty of rivers, looks really nice, some unique bridges that I'm sure we'll learn about in the future as well, probably some more industry types as well. Agriculture is one that we could really expect, and then so on. In terms of the heavy hauls, I am really happy that I'm finally doing this long haul journey. I apologize to everyone who's been watching the recent ATS showcases videos where I have been saying I would be doing it next episode, and then I immediately apologized in the intro of the next video saying, this is not the long haul because of something happening, whether it's, well, for the sake of the last episode, the Kenworth T680 next gen, well, that being the 100 years anniversary edition truck that released, well, kind of out of nowhere, but we kind of expected that there'd be something coming for Kenworth anyways, but still, the fact that it's the anniversary edition, not too much customization, but even still, brand new truck. That took precedence, as I mentioned in the last episode, so if you want to check that out, feel free to. It's most recent in the ATS Showcase playlist for those who are watching this video around the release day, and for those who are watching in the future. I'll try and have it linked up in the card above anyways, but just in case YouTube decides to get rid of those or whatever happens, just go back in the ATS Showcase playlist, find this video, and go one before it. You found the video I'm talking about. But the Kenworth T680 Next Gen First Look video was definitely a fantastic video, and one that I was happy that I did, well, in many ways, just push off this delivery for, but it's great to be finally doing it, and it's wonderful to have a longer special transport heavy haul. In real life, heavy hauls are generally longer, not always, don't get me wrong, but generally they are a big operation and a longer journey because, for example, something like a wind turbine blade like this is being manufactured in, well, in this case, in a different state and being moved over to, well, another one. And that is something that happens a lot. I've seen it, well, I'm not a trucker myself, but I have seen it as a general member of the public plenty of times. I've witnessed many heavy hauls and have had to sat behind some of them as well on single lane roads, but hey, that's the way it is. Even still, it's such a realistic thing to have this longer delivery type. It is just wonderful to finally have it in ATS, although it's only one really long delivery, and I guess there is a second route which I am blanking right now, which is slightly less. I think this is 700 and some miles, I do believe, if I'm remembering correctly. About 14 hours, 15 hours in game, depending on how fast your escort vehicle drives ahead of you. But it's wonderful to finally have these longer deliveries, something more realistic, something that I do appreciate quite a lot. And the Special Transports DLC, for those who may not own it, honestly, maybe one of the greater expansion DLCs other than, you know, a map DLC. Maybe one of the greater DLCs in general to get for ATS. There's plenty of really good ones, like the Goodyear and Michelin tire DLC. I happen to be running Goodyears on the truck today. Plenty of them as well because it's the 8x6 configuration of the W900 day cab. And yeah, it's very, very interesting, the special transport DLC. In my opinion, very well worth the money because it keeps expanding every time a new DLC releases, that being a map DLC or even just an update comes around for a general update. So for example, 1.49, new routes are added. Obviously, if you own the states that they're within, that makes it a lot better, but there's always new content coming for the DLC without having to pay more. I guess with the exception if you want to have different routes that come in with the new DLCs that get produced, then of course you have to buy that DLC, but I think you get where I'm going with this. The DLC keeps updating, just like many things in this game, for free. So when you can get it on a Steam sale for dirt cheap, and this is coming from a person who completely understands the fact that spending money on a video game, especially when you're talking about, you know, multiple map DLCs at regular price that can add up, well, they're like near like $20 a piece at times or more. I understand that, and I understand that budgets are a thing, and I'm very fortunate now where I could justify pricing of things because, well, I know that it's almost like a business side of thing. I won't lie. I'm very, very fortunate to have a great relationship with SCS Software, and I thank them every time for it. But I generally get, or at least I get the map DLCs early, pretty much every release now, which I do very much appreciate, but that is not something that's set in stone, obviously. There's some behind the scenes things that happen there, and it's, you know, there's a lot of creators out here for American Truck Simulator, ETS2 as well. I'm just very, very fortunate to be part of the group where, generally speaking, I get sent the DLC. That's what I'm trying to say. So I understand that there is a content creator side of things, and when it comes to a new DLC, oh, they're jamming on the brake again, where you'd have to pay for it. I'm gonna be honest. I just go ahead and do it because I know I can make a return on that investment, if you want to say it that way. However, that is not in my forefront of that's not in the forefront of my mind because I'm doing it out of enjoyment and also to make sure that I can try it out and give my honest opinion on things. So then you, the general consumer, just like me, or general player, can make a decision on if you actually want to buy that DLC. Just judging off of, well, maybe my first look and opinion on it. I understand that for a lot of you, which I do appreciate, my opinion is very, well, strong on your decision if you're going to actually get a DLC or not. And I take that fully to heart and I hold a lot of responsibility with that. So I'm not going to lie to you when things are either a little bit disappointing or just maybe not to a standard that I thought or maybe expected to have. So I'm not going to lie to you with that. So then you can actually make an informed decision on it. However, the Special Transport DLC to me, by far, maybe one of the greatest things technically and also just for pure enjoyment. One of the greatest things you could ever buy. And yes, when it comes on sale, ATS comes on sale all the time. Same with ETS2, and comes on sale heavily, like 75% off, I'm pretty sure, nearly every sale. And I'm pretty sure the Steam Winter Sale is on right now, and honestly, I can't even remember if the game is on sale. It probably is, to be honest. And as the DLCs release, the older ones come on sale for better and better margins, and I'm pretty sure the Special Transport DLC by now comes on sale for a pretty good percentage off. So you can get it mighty cheap, especially around Christmas and the holiday season. You can get some gift cards for Steam as well, just throwing it out there. Ask Santa for even a $20 gift card, and you can load yourself up on American Truck Simulator content pretty easily when it's on sale. Just throwing it out there. But anyways, point is, technically, probably the hardest DLC ever. in my opinion, because some of the special transports are legitimately hard. This episode is a little bit different. This is very much a highway cruiser with this massive wind turbine blade. By the looks of it, though, whenever we get closer to our delivery point, it will get a bit more technical. However, right now, obviously, I don't think you need to be a genius to kind of say that this is pretty easy. It's pretty easy to be driving pretty much straight, even though I struggled to do it. It's pretty easy to be driving here on the highway, so I won't lie about that one. But most of them are very, very technical, and yes, can be sometimes annoying, give you a little bit of PTSD when the missions fail, and sometimes you don't even know why. You know what? That's the way it is. That's the way it is, and that's a little bit of jeopardy there, but I just really enjoy the feel of it, especially, I don't know. It's just a really cool DLC. Just put it at that. Really neat DLC, and I'm happy that I personally picked it up actually, I'm pretty sure right away. And I don't even know, I can't even recall actually at this point if the Special Transport DLC was released after I started creating videos on YouTube or if it was released before. It's been such a long time that I can't even remember. Because I want everyone who may be new around here, who may not know a lot about my history here with the game. I actually got ATS, it would have been fall, if I remember correctly, of 2016, because I believe it released in July, August, something like that of 2016. I got it into fall, into winter, and I didn't start doing content creation on YouTube until, well, I guess it would have been January 2020. However, I didn't even start on American Truck Simulator explicitly. Started on 911 operator, because that was pretty much the only thing that my computer could run half decently, because American Truck Simulator, for those who go back and watch some of the very first episodes on the channel, which I know a lot of you are, judging by the view counts, because I can promise you it did not get some of those view counts back then, and it's fun to see some new comments on there as well, so I do appreciate going back and watching some older videos and bearing through the pain of some of them as well, because I know a lot of them are pretty bad, just throwing it out there. But some of the original Prime Logistics episodes, I'll talk about that a little bit soon, or a little bit later here as well. The original Prime Logistics episodes were all recorded at 720p, as you can tell by the video, barely hitting 30 frames per second. And that's where I started. I had a really, really cheap wheel. Very, very good for what I could put into it and justify at that point. And it served me well for quite some time. Had some basic microphone gear. Didn't really know a whole lot about audio. Definitely not a whole lot about video either. But I just started learning. And we're now here. If you go back and watch some of the early Prime News videos, you will notice a stark difference, especially in quality of and the storytelling aspect as well. Definitely a little bit different. And oh, it looks like we're actually the mandatory stop. Oh, come on. Just thank you for slamming on the brakes every time. Man alive. I mean, I know I'm staying pretty close to him, but I'm trying to kind of... I don't think you can actually push along the escort vehicles, I'll be honest. But I'm doing my very best to, because it is brutal. Absolutely brutal, some of the speeds here, which I get. It's a heavy haul. We're not supposed to be flying at Mach 6 down the highway, but still, it'd be really great to, move a little bit more close to the speed limit that they have set out, not just gonna go exterior view here, not cinematic. Come on, go ahead and make the corner. Did I swing out too much? I swung out too much. I'm gonna hit that sign. Please don't freak out. Please don't freak out. Please don't freak out. Please don't freak out. I had a tornado. Okay, good. Just take the sign over. I don't care. Public Roadworks can fix the sign. That's fine. For those who watched my first look video of 1.49, the open beta, you may recall that I had a few weird bugs with that delivery. That has supposedly been fixed. But yeah, I had a little bit of a trailer tornado weird thing happening, and some other funky things that was not optimum for sure. So we're gonna actually maybe just stop here and get gas. Take advantage of this here. Oh, okay, perfect. So we can basically rest and get fuel all on this stop, which is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and shut off the truck, shut off the lights, and go. This is my first time doing this, so I'm trying to get oriented on how this works. Oh, a nice 6 a.m. Oh, it's a little bit of rain here as well. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, beacon lights are on again. We got the headlights on. Well, probably don't need headlights, just side lights, I think, for now. It's doing okay. Let's go ahead and get rolling again. All rested up, all fueled up. We didn't actually use too much fuel, must say. Might as well go ahead and put the wipers on the first tick. Okay, trailer damage. Come on now. Did I just dragging it? Maybe I was dragging it along the back. Hey, maybe that's my bad. May not have prepped that the best. Again, learning. This trailer is really weird to drive with because you kind of look at right here. It pivots. Very much so, and is very difficult to try and figure out for a guy who's used to swinging out quite a bit on trailers, especially these special transports. Not the easiest thing to do at all. So as we move on to the second leg here, well, lots of things are happening around here, as I mentioned. Gonna be busy. Gonna be very busy, but all good things coming ahead. And yeah, special transport DLC is definitely worth it, in my opinion. That is for sure. And we've come a long way here. And yeah, if you look back on some of the original episodes, it's amazing to see how far it's going. It's been pretty painful along the way at times. If you go back, it's really painful, in my opinion. Some things are pretty atrocious. I won't lie about that. But it's all in the name of learning, and, well, we're here now. I feel like I've progressed a lot, and I will continue to. There is no perfect in this world, and it's just, well, I'm here to learn and have fun. That's the whole point of it, and I'm fortunate that I can do this as well, at least part-time, as I am right now. It is just fun. It is really fun to do these kind of videos. Keep learning, keep doing slight tweaks in here and there with the audio, with the way I commentate things. All good things overall, though, and I'm just so happy that I can do it. And everyone enjoys the videos. As I mentioned earlier, and I'll repeat it again, channel is doing fantastic. The Prime Simulation channel overall flourishing. I can't thank you guys enough for that. Everyone who watches the videos makes that happen. Everyone who subscribes, and everyone who follows and shares, and you name it. Thank you. It's maybe the best gift that I could get from the community around this time, and I do appreciate it a lot. We're closing up on some pretty crazy numbers here on the channel. Actually, just recently, the channel crossed 1 million views in total, which I know some of you will say, well, a lot of people get that in like an hour. Well, I'm no Mr. Beast, okay? I can't pull crazy numbers like that. Not yet. It's always a dream. But I don't ever expect to get to that level. There's only a few who can, well, no one, to be honest, can rival a person like Jimmy. Mr. Beast is in the Empire is great. Genius, absolute genius. And but that's not my style. It's not my style of content creation, and to be honest, I don't actually watch a ton of the videos. Of course, I know about it. It's pretty hard now with the amount of subscribers and the amount of views that the channel has not to know about Mr. Beast, whether you like it or not. It's just not my style, and so that's why I make videos like this, because this is my style, and I'm glad I can share it with a bunch of people who share a similar style to me, and that's just really fun to enjoy. Now, what does that billboard say? That just Walden's. Looks like it's a store advertisement. Stay on the road here, Prime. Do appreciate it. This cat engine sounds mighty fine indeed. I was trying to decide if I'd do a standalone video for this C15. It's a wonderful mod, another amazing engine mod from Slav Jerry, who's the mod. Of course, I'll have the link for it down in the video description. I've been using a lot of the engine mods, in particular the straight pipe engine mods. They sound so good. Let's use some engine brake quickly. Just incredible sounds. The recordings, the mixing as well, the attenuation, everything about the mod, so high quality. Highly recommend any of the engine mods from Slav Jerry. Highly recommend them. I've done a bunch of them. So basically look for anything that says straight pipe on the channel. Most likely that is an engine mod from him. Plenty of videos revolving around that, and fantastic creator, fantastic mods. Highly recommend them overall. Plenty of good engine mods around here for ATS, and I'm happy to do that. But yeah, I decided, you know what, this episode, let's just kind of integrate the mod kind of review. Oh, he's slamming on the brake still. Well, come on now, truck ahead of us. What is going on? Is there like an accident up here or what? What is going on? Well, this isn't good. I think there was like a bit of an accident up ahead here between a car and another truck. That's really odd. And our rear escort person is starting to freak out a little bit. Very odd stuff. We're in a bit of a traffic jam here. Yes, very odd indeed. Huh. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure everyone will survive, and we're not moving that fast anyway, so they will eventually outrun us anyways once the truck gets up to speed, so I guess that's fine overall. So as we make our way, I guess we're in Kansas now, or at least we're going to be very close. So actually, we should be in Kansas, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Forget what I was saying about we should be in Kansas. Colby is in Kansas. It's almost like I should, I don't know, maybe know that. Maybe, just throwing it out there. Yeah. We're in Kansas now, which is fantastic. Rainy day here in Kansas, though. And may I say, overall sky, beautiful. HDR skyboxes and the way that the weather effects are now rendering within the game. I'm fortunate enough to run ultimate settings at 1440p, but it's just incredible. The various new HDR skyboxes, the way that, as I mentioned, the light and weather effects are rendered. 1.49 took it up another level. When I thought the lighting change of 1.40, yes, 1.40 now is when the overall overhaul for the lighting system came in. Fantastic to see what 1.49 even did. Some of you may notice it, some of you may not. I personally notice it big time. It's mainly just how, well, it's high dynamic range, HDR is what it stands for. It's just incredible. Look at that sky. Absolute insanity. This is a video game, people. This is a video game. Insane. The lighting, the clouds, how the whole environment interacts with each other, top notch. Adds so much more realism to the game. Maybe compensates for the lack of, you know, dirt and damage that go on trucks that some other games have. That may be down the line. We took us, I guess, in many ways, the community. In terms of, well, us ATS players kind of can have a bit of a hope, considering what 1.49 also brought in was used truck dealers, and a long-awaited feature as well, and the fact that the lighting, the damage system, that's where I'm going with this, try and get everything straight in the mind, the damage system was overhauled as well, more detailed. Again, kind of baby steps. Generally speaking, there's little bits and pieces that all fall in the line, and then bam, big feature kind of all comes together, which is pretty neat indeed. And it looks like we got something on the right hand side here, which would be a photo op. Not quite sure what it is. Very neat though. Looks like it's some form of plant of some sort. Don't know if it's just like a garage. Looks almost like a road maintenance garage in a water tower, I'd assume. So, municipal service building. Kind of neat indeed. However, the game looks incredible, and for those who know about what's supposed to be coming here in American Truck Simulator and ATS 2, well, supposedly soon, probably into 2024 now, quite obviously, as we're nearing the end of 23 as of recording this video, there's supposed to be a whole new engine revamp. So for those who may not know, ATS and ATS 2 run on a game engine that as far as I recall, is completely made by SES Software, the company who produces the games. So they're not relying on some external engine, they make it in-house and so on. This engine is quite old. It's seen a lot of updates over the years, but it needs a lot of optimization. It's well known across the community of more avid players, and for those who are new, kind of enlighten you a bit, it's well known that anti-aliasing in the game, or games for ETS2 as well, not very good. I'll be completely honest. Performance of it isn't great. It doesn't really help the look that well. You're better off to set your scaling actually higher. So it basically scales the game into 4K and so on, instead of actually, well, doing the game in was high anti-aliasing. It tanks your performance in frames, and it really doesn't help the overall artifacting and stuff of the game. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. But the engine revamp is supposed to be coming soon, which supposedly, according to live streams, which have been filled in by various community members, it's supposed to bring in, of course, better performance, more headroom for even a higher quality, believe it or not, and some other performance and game-related things that this engine just simply can't handle without absolutely bricking the performance of the game. Because keep in mind, the engine needs to be able to scale depending on the size of the PC and not just have, well, in many ways, a situation that, for those who know about the City Skylines 2 situation, not have a situation like that. I think SES Software is doing everything they can to try and avoid a situation where they release a game that is so performance hungry in the engine and the simulation of it, that no computer can actually, or no consumer computer, I should say, can really handle it. City Skylines 2 is an absolute beast. I don't think anyone can actually run that game at like 4K 60. I mean, I think 60 frames per second on even lower resolutions is actually a challenge from what I've been told and what I've seen. Insanity for a new game, but it's the way it is. So as a City Skylines player for many years, many years, the original game, kind of disappointed that the second game is just so, well, this can come across a bit harsh because I know the game isn't bad, but it's been a bit of a letdown, I'll say. Now, personally, I haven't purchased the City Skylines 2 for that reason. I get, you know what, things can change in performance, you know, it's future-proof, whatever. Just, it doesn't really intrigue me, to be honest, especially as a content creator where I don't have the most powerful PC. Yes, I'm very fortunate to have a pretty good graphics card and CPU combo, a 3070 and a well, it's actually only it's a Ryzen 5. I think it's 3600, something like that. If I remember correctly, yes, it is. Just remembering now, trying to remember all the different specs and numbers and lots of different naming conventions and so on. I got floating around in this brain right now, but it's all good. It's a good combination. Runs plenty of games really well at 1440p. I haven't really had any issues at all, actually, and I'm very happy with it. For those who have the 40 series cards, in particular the 4090s, basically you need your whole own power plant or a money tree to pay for hydro to run a computer with that and a high-end CPU. They still can't manage to run a game like that. So, long story short, it looks like there's something going on here. I don't know really what. Cop just, and it looks like a city truck or something parked there. Not sure what's going on. I think SES Software is really trying to avoid a situation like that. Long story short. So, the new engine wants to make sure that performance can scale across various machines without making it a situation like City Skylines 2, where they're now trying to optimize the game so much that features are starting to well, suffer. I think as far as I know, there's been issues with certain animations not being there just to lighten up load. Like, it is a great detail game, so realistic, so much better than City Skylines 1 in many areas, but performance is pretty bad. And that is something that here at ATS, luckily, we don't have to worry about, but it's something that in the future we could be. And that's something that I know SES Software is making sure they're not doing, and generally speaking, the updates that SES software brings in, the content that they bring in, very, very reliable, very good. Personally, I've never had issues with any SES software content causing issues. I know various community members have. Unfortunately, that can be chalked up to many situations, whether that's you know, computer specifics with other software you may have on the computer, or well, just various equipment. Some things may not just work, and I'm gonna kind of, let's see, I think I have to kind of hug the inside here, because again, the rotating trailer can kind of pivot myself around. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work up here, but we're gonna see. Kind of drift to the left here. Beautiful, beautiful indeed. So yeah, the update for the well, the overall the engine is supposed to be coming in, well, they said soon, I believe, quite some time ago, so I'm gonna assume that's 2024 now. I could see that as something for 2024. And looking ahead to 2024 in terms of, well, we'll talk about ATS as we are here. Looks like there's a lot of cool stuff that could be coming. Obviously, we can expect Nebraska, most likely Arkansas as well, and not to mention any other DLC. More trailer damage. I haven't hit anything. I'm going straight. Come on now. It must be tire damage. Must be tire damage at this point. Whatever. It's fine. I'll get the... Well, the trailer's not even mine, so can't get the trailer repaired, but whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be an interesting year to see what goes on. We, of course, as I mentioned, know about a couple of map DLCs. What will be coming after that? No idea. We'd love to see some combo DLCs or bundles in terms of different states included, like what happens over in ETS2, where you have various countries included within one DLC. Would it be great to have that over here in ATS? Yes. Will that happen? Most likely. Will it happen as soon as we want it? Maybe not. Maybe not. And that's just the reality that we live in. But in terms of trucks, I think we can expect some new models as well, not just revamps of old ones. I'd really like to see the Peterbilt get some love, just saying. We've now had the Kenworth W900 tuning pack and revision. We've had now the T680, which I guess I should also touch on. The Anniversary Edition, very limited edition in customizations as of right now. SES software over the next coming months, so again, early 2024, we'll be releasing the full version of the T680, so you can expect the various chassis configurations and more customizations for the truck. It was rushed. We understand that. Still looks really good. The sounds on it are very good as well. Maybe the best sounding stock sound of any truck. As I say, that was an engine mod, which I would personally say is still sounding better, but still, very, very good stock sound. Can't really complain. Can't complain at all. Very nice truck overall. So we know that that's coming as well, but yes, I'd love to see the Peterbilts get some love, which I think we can expect to see now that the Kenworth T680's had some love, the W900 has. The PACCAR relation with SES software, for those who don't know, PACCAR is a parent company of, well, DAF on the ETS2 side of things, Kenworth and Peterbilt, and I believe other brands as well, but I can't remember those off the top of my head. I do apologize. Yeah, so their relationship, there we go, very, very strong. We've seen plenty of updates recently between the various brands, particularly DAF and Kenworth, so Peterbilt is now kind of in line here, and really great to see something come for either both current trucks and, well, hopefully more new models, and also new truck releases as well. Man alive, they keep braking. Come on, escort vehicle, keep moving, please. I'd appreciate it if you did. But no, so it's going to be really cool to see what 24 has in store in terms of the game and in terms of the channel. Well, there's going to be a lot changing very soon, my friends, but for the better. As I mentioned, with my relocation happening into the start of the new year, that's just basically going to allow the channel to grow even more. I'm just going to say that. So many new opportunities that I've already got some things lined up. So some pretty cool things coming into early 2024. Not to mention some other changes that are going to be happening. Nothing that you guys are going to be offended about. Or at least hopefully, I'm sure some of you will somehow find it offending, but still, could be some really cool changes coming, ones that I'm really excited about, and hopefully things go well. So we got to make a left-hand turn here. How are we supposed to make a left-hand turn with traffic passing me on the left with this massive escort, or with this massive thing? Is it going to block traffic? Okay, I got a truck and this thing rotates like a million years. Oh, this isn't going to be good because the trailer's already rotating. So we got to time this right. Okay, start rotating, block that car back there, the opportunistic person back there. Crank the truck around. There we go. Oh man, AI. A little bit impatient. Heh, I say that. Aren't many drivers in real life. I think we can all agree. Whether we are one, which most of the time a lot of us are, sometimes you just got to be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. And when that's a trucker, for all my truckers out there, although I'm not one, I've seen plenty of situations where vehicles like to get a little bit greedy in space and not giving proper limits to trucks and trailers, and things generally don't turn out well. So I think a lot of truckers who watch this video can appreciate when sometimes drivers have a little bit of mind of their own and they don't really care for maybe the situation of the truck driver and what they can actually do. So for a situation like that, stay back from an oversized load. When you see a rear escort vehicle as well, don't try and pass them. Just let them be. Generally, you'll get in trouble as well because there's normally police escorting a load along as well, not just the front and rear gunner standard. But anyways, just a little bit of a tidbit for Prime Simulation. Besides that, 2024 looks like it's going to be a fantastic year. I mean, 2023, looking back on it now, nearing the end, and I'm sure I'll talk about it in the Christmas episode or one of them as I normally do. It's been monumental, set so many records, and I continue to around here on the channel, personal records that I've kind of set for myself, and milestones, and also legitimate YouTube ones as well. It's been incredible. The growth of the channel has been insane. The channel is pretty much doubling every couple months. Well, I say doubling. It's basically doubling every year at this point, which is great. That can continue to happen, and that ratio keeps going up, and I should say the amount of time it takes to double keeps going down as the numbers still increase. So, hey, as much as I don't like it to be a numbers game, I think we can all agree that YouTube and social media in some ways is. There's natural limitations and natural barriers that kind of get imposed on lower numbers. It's unfortunate. It's the way it is. Oh, come on. Why does I'm trying to drive a consistent speed, and then the rear escort vehicle jams on the brakes. So then I jam on the brake, and then everyone jams on the brake again. It's just, it doesn't work, man. It does not work all the time. Never said this DLC was perfect. It's fantastic. Definitely worth your money. Is it perfect? No. Don't think anything is. The AI definitely is not perfect. Nothing is. Maybe too realistic, but I just like the escort vehicles to have a little bit more give in their tolerance, the distance between you and them, and maybe just the pace as well. You can definitely get away with going, 45, not just 40, which we're kind of doing right now. But anyways, it's just incredible to see what happens with the channel, and 2024 is going to be another fantastic year. As I mentioned, so many things planned. Of course, there's going to be many things where I can't plan for too far in advance. It's just going to have to be, as the situation comes up. That's basically what happens with every single Prime news, but other content as well, and new games. So much on the horizon. I'm just looking forward to getting into 2024 and kind of running with it, to be honest, and just kind of opening the next chapter of Prime Simulation. Opening it by continually improving, basically, but each chapter basically opens up whole new opportunities, and there are opportunities that I am so happy that I can share with everyone here around the channel. And as everyone, or as a bunch of new people and a bunch of great viewers join the channel, and all the support, whether it's monetary, whether it's just subscribing, watching the video, or liking, sharing, doesn't matter. I appreciate all the support through and through, and all the support means the world. We finally made it to Marysville, people. we're nearly an hour deep. I'm looking at my my actually recording timer here on OBS, the software I use to record all my videos. I have just crossed the 1 hour of actual recording time now. However, there was an intro to that, so keep that in mind. But we are closing on the actual 1 hour mark on the delivery. It's been a long time since I've done a delivery like this. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever done a 1 hour video on the channel in a one-shot delivery. But I think this delivery's actually gone quite well. I think commentary has actually been quite solid today, which is very, very good. We'll get a little bit of a herky-jerky moment. Don't know if that came through the video or not. I think something's loading in up here because we're getting closer to our delivery point. And sometimes when you go for this long, sometimes things start to go a little bit bleh on the recording side. But everything's still going mighty strong here. I think it's also, this is a brand new area of the map. I've never actually discovered it, so things are starting to load in, and so things may not be processing as fast as I'd like, but that's okay. We're moving into the big area here. Looks like a huge complex on our right hand side. Looks like lots of wind farms that are being installed. Oh yeah, there's big post up there. So it looks like we're gonna go around to the other side, and I'm assuming deliver to some wind turbine sites. Well, I'm gonna make the assumption, considering I'm taking this massive wind turbine blade. Why would you take a wind turbine blade to a non-wind turbine manufacturing site, or like construction site where they're actually installing one? Be kind of strange if you did. If you didn't, sorry. I may have actually already done that, to be honest. But anyways, we're showing up. That's all that matters. It's honestly good practice doing a video like this for what I'd like to come in the new year, which for those who've made it to the end of the video here, thank you so much for your support. But yeah, we're gonna, oh, I should have, oh, it didn't, it's not failing me on the route. Good. I think I may have almost made the same mistake again, but it's got some extra tolerance here. Beautiful. I could have taken the extra turnaround route out there, but I've decided to come this way, and it's fine. I can finally complete a special transport like this, people. Hooray! Oh, come on, go exterior view. Thank you very much. For those who are watching to the end of the video, I am planning on returning to streaming. Some of you may remember that, I think a couple of years ago now, I did a little bit of streaming here on the channel. However, it is... It's been some time. We got the nice greeting committee here, which I do appreciate. Hello, all the news and people watching me park the truck for the last time here on the longest delivery here in ATS. What a fantastic delivery indeed. Oh, let's go ahead and shut off this truck here and listen to the engine shut down. It's great practice for the live streams I want to bring back. So doing longer talking sprees is also good practice for me as well. And doing longer deliveries is something that we'll do coming soon as well. Lots of exciting stuff. Thank you all so much for watching. An incredible delivery. So great to have finally a long delivery here in ATS. That's a special transport route. Something we've all been waiting for quite some time, to be honest, since the special transport DLC release. Great to finally have it, and big shout out to STS Software for actually doing this. It's fantastic to have it in the game. Wonderful cargo as well. Maybe not the most challenging delivery because of the roads that we're on. Everything's very open, but it's still fantastic to drive. A great truck, amazing engine mod as well, being with the C15 Cat. Wonderful addition to the game. I think it fit the truck quite nicely here. This nice kind of tealy, light bluish, tealy, depending on the color angle you're looking at with, because of the metallic. Really, really lovely truck combo, if you ask me. Once again, thank you all so much for watching this episode, and I will see you in the next one.